Welcome back to the second segment of the Loveland Report and Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland alongside Bruce Woodburn. We're giving you all of your real estate and mortgage news.
That's right.
And Bruce, I want to jump into a couple listings here real quick. I've got some commercial property in Deland. Now, the nice thing about this, industrial, 5,000 square feet and then 2 acres of property. Plenty of room for storage, got a fuel depot, about 1,500 square feet of office space in the building. Just a great location right by the Sunrail in Deland. But industrial property is very hard to come by. This $1,325,000. I've got 10 acres in a Popka for $610,000. Only one home can be built on that. You could probably do an outbuilding and do an in-law suite. In Metro West for $600,000. I've got a gorgeous 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath pool home, backed up to conservation, tile roof, wood floors throughout the entire first floor in the master. The master's on the first floor. Triple-sided fireplace, glass fireplace in the master, along with a seated little den area inside the master. But great floor plan. All the living areas view the pool. I've got in Davenport $550,000 for 2,900 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, on backed up to conservation, all redone. You got a study, a den, a loft, and that's at $550,000 for 2,900 square feet. I've got in East Orlando, I've got a manufactured home, Bruce, on 1 acre, 2,000 square feet. The home's only 2 years old for $400,000. No HOA. Inside the home, got a family room, a big island kitchen, along with a media room and a 3-bedroom split plan there. Inside laundry, also on well, and you can even have a horse on that property because it's an acre. Waterfront in Deltona, I've got a lakefront house, Bruce. $349,000, 2,000 square feet with a pool. Gets a new roof at closing, all dressed up on the outside, and you've got a 3-way split plan inside. Got kind of like double master suites in there. The bathrooms have been remodeled and high ceilings, big open island kitchen on that one too. And then I've got for $335,000. This is a hot area here, St. Cloud. I've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square footer, and this one is backed up to conservation also. This is that price point, Bruce. When our rates get down to 6% and the market takes off and the Trumpster gets in there and gets our economy going, it's going to be, this is the price point that will jump 7 or 8% a year, not just 2 or 3%. So it's really important, I think, especially first-time buyers, stop throwing away, $25,000, $29,000 a year in rent. Get yourself a property. So any questions on those, you can give me a call at 407-352-8118 or go to cleveloveland.com.
Yeah, a couple things I want to cover too. If you are looking at purchasing property, you don't really know how to play the game. You want to know the rules. You want to know, what do the investors do? What do the experts do when they're looking at buying property, accumulating property, whether you're looking to accumulate a whole portfolio of real estate, or this is your first house, or maybe you just want to investigate what is it like if you were to, and what would it take to become someone that owns multiple properties. Cleve and I have done this because we wanted to set our retirement up. We're not going to get any kind of pension. There's nobody leaving me any pension. Social Security is not going to be enough for me to live off of. So we needed to create a vehicle to help us generate some wealth throughout our retirement and be able to pass it on to our family. So Cleve and I will be teaching a class. All realtors are welcome. All clients are welcome. Bring your clients with you. It is our leapfrog class. We're going to show you how the professionals do it, what they do, what they don't do, and how you can also participate and start building a portfolio of real estate. It's going to be in the Winter Park Ale House on January 22nd at 6:30. You must register at webringyouhome.com. It's a small venue, and we're going to get started right at 6:30, and we'll be done at 8 o'clock. And this is a learning environment. There'll be food and drinks available. Register at webringyouhome.com. Then I wanted to also mention, for those of you that are looking to buy a home, but your biggest hurdle is your down payment. You just can't come up with as much money as you really need for a down payment. Well, what if I could get you 100% financing? Well, it's available. I've got an FHA loan. You put 3.5% down, and we back it up with a 3.5% second mortgage. Now, you don't need to come up with your down payment. You could use that second mortgage to cover closing costs if you want to cover your own down payment, but you can essentially get in for no money down. Now, that doesn't mean no closing costs. You could still negotiate closing costs being paid by a seller. But if you're looking to get in for a property and the cash out of pocket is your biggest hurdle, call the loan arranger at 407-250-9144 or get your application started at WeBringYouHome.com. For all of you self-employed people, listen, you make good money. You have good credit. You got cash in the bank, but we all know you're writing off all your income on your tax returns, and banks and mortgage companies won't talk to you because you're not showing the income on your returns. Leave your tax returns at home. I've got a great self-employed program. You get me your last 12 months bank statements. I'll add up the deposits. I'll give you 50% of that income, 50% of that revenue as income. That will help you qualify. Now, your minimum down payment is going to be 20%. You're looking at investment properties, it's going to be 25 or 30%. The rates are a little bit higher than conforming rates, but they're really still pretty attractive for getting a loan where you're not reporting your income. So that's a great opportunity to have. So if you're looking for first-time home buyer or you want to be an investor, I've got everything that you could possibly need. Foreign national, construction loans, building on your own land, buying land and building on it. Everyone has an opportunity. There's no reason to be left out. There's no reason to be a renter on this planet, Cleve. Everybody deserves the right to be an owner of the planet. But are you sitting on the sidelines waiting for life to pass you by? Or are you taking action right now? We're here to help you. You got Cleve and I right in your backyard ready to help you.
Definitely worthwhile. I don't know anybody that's ever called. Nobody's ever called me and said, Bruce or Cleve, I need to give you this house back. I don't like it. You know, it's never happened.
I've never met a rich renter.
Yep.
I mean, we look at that. We say that all the time, and that's not to be insulting for people that are renting right now. The fact of the matter is you cannot get ahead in life when you're renting.
And you
just don't see it.
You know, the trick nowadays is all these apartment complexes you see springing up. It's the amenities. They got a bowling alley. They got a movie theater.
They're trying to make it so sweet that you don't want to buy.
Nobody uses them. Everybody thinks, oh, this is cool. This is like a resort, but they don't use them. They got cabanas by the pool. You know, they got wine bars in them. And it's just all this razzle dazzle, but it's just getting, I mean, some of these apartments now are renting for $3,000 or $4,000 a month in different areas. So it's just amazing. That's, $40 grand a year.
You have nothing to show for it at the end of the day. You move out of that rental property and the landlord's not going to give you 1 cent back.
Bruce, I wanted to go over this. I pulled an article off of Fox Business about the most expensive homes sold this last year around the country.
In this area?
Around the country. But then, so what I did was I looked up this area here to see, give an idea. There was some in California for like 96 million was a big one. There's one in Palm in the Beaches, South Florida for 76 million. That was unheard of. I haven't seen that. There's some different ones in Aspen for 75 million. Central Florida. This is what's interesting. Last year, biggest sales were around 15 million.
Yes.
It's out in Golden Oaks, out by Disney. They're massive homes, 10,000 square feet. There was about 13 sales between 10 and 15 million. Now there might have been some private sales. I'm just pulling this from MLS. So in 2024, there's about 13 sales, average price around 11, 12 million.
One a month.
And then in 2023, though, there was only 5. A little bit of optimism there.
Yeah.
So about the market.
What does that tell you?
There was one in Isleworth that sold for 35 million, which I think is probably one of the best.
Old house?
No, this is a big 27,000 square footer. I think that's as big as a neighborhood Walmart store. But 27,000 square feet. But that was, so average then was about 10 million. So the prices are rising even in these luxury homes. And as money, I see money working its way up the coast. If you drive down to South Florida, my wife and I like to vacation down there every couple of weeks and just spend a weekend. And you'll see this, new home construction, homes from the 700s to 1.7 million. That's their median price is in the 5s or 6s. Ours here is in the 4s. Our median price is in the 3s still. All that money is going to slowly work its way up.
You can still buy a home in the 300 price point. Absolutely.
Down. Oh, here. Yes.
Yeah.
Down south, not so much.
Not so much.
Might be kind of tiny. It might only have one bathroom.
You might
but,
not, it'd be hard to find.
But I see some money moving around here. That's more money than 2023. And even though rates weren't much better in 2024 than they were in 2023.
No.
So, but it's funny. I'd like to see how many of those sales were actually cash and what kind of leverage they used on those things. So, but if you have any questions about what your home is worth or what your real estate plan is for 2025, you want to sell and buy again. Since the election, Bruce, I've had tons of people calling me trying to coordinate that time frame. I just talked to somebody yesterday when their son's out of school in May, so we're going to go on the market, late March. All these things come up. We can help coordinate this. They're worried about, when their new home is going to be finished. They went to contract. Their new construction is supposed to be finished in July or August. We're coordinating that. I've done this all. I can help you through it.
Well, you've got a game plan.
I
you
can
have
get
to have
them
a game plan, right?
And we adjust as we go. The important thing is to look and see what's going on in the market around you. And I can give you your numbers on what you need to know and what you're going, and so people know. And like, I've had some people thinking, I can't afford to buy a new home, but I need a bigger house. I want a bigger yard. I hate my neighbor. And I go over the numbers with them like, oh, nobody's ever showed me that. And then some of these people have been listed before, Bruce.
Yeah.
They just, they told the realtor they wanted $599. Really, they should have been $550. And they sat on the market, kind of wasted their time for 90 days.
Yes.
So you got to make sure you're on the market and in the market. And that's by calling me at 407.
I think the biggest challenge,
8118.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me give you that number one more time, please.
407-352-8118. I'm working right now as you hear my voice.
So I think that we can all agree that interest rates are probably the biggest hurdle for people jumping in the market right now. Would you agree?
Yes.
All right. So they are what they are. We can't control those. And I absolutely do not think that interest rates are going to drop anytime in the very near future.
The inflation news still keeps coming in bad.
They're not going to go down. Matter of fact, they've gone up.
They can't find their way lower. It's kind of like Joe Biden trying to find his way off the stage after the speech.
Yeah. Yes. So what do we do? So if you're looking to buy, I'm going to tell you, it gives you a buying opportunity because there's less buyers. So it gives a buyer a better negotiating opportunity. However, people are getting that sticker shock. They look at that payment. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't think I was going to have to pay a $3,500 a month payment. Look at those things can happen. They absolutely can happen, but we have to look at the rate of return. Is it still better to buy or are you better off renting? I don't know how anybody is better off renting than buying unless it's a very temporary situation. Then we've got these folks, Cleve, that want to refinance and they've been waiting for rates to drop to refinance and they just are going the opposite direction. So if you are looking to refinance because you want to drop your interest rate, lower your payment, or eliminate private mortgage insurance, now is not the time. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, don't let these other lenders that are trying to tell you. But if
they walk in the front door of their bank will be, oh yes, let's take your application now. They don't care.
Listen, I'm the only lender out there that's telling you not to do this right now because it's the right thing for me to tell you. But here's what I would tell you to do. If you want to drop your rate, lower your payment, eliminate PMI, then you contact me at 407-250-9144 or go to webringyouhome.com. I have created a VIP watch list. I designed this list for my current clients that I have done purchases that I know need to refinance when rates drop. But I've had so many people from the radio show call me and say, I want on your list. I want on your list. Put me on that list. Here's what I'm paying right now. What is it going to take for me to benefit from a refinance? I will add you to that refinance list. And when they drop, we will get you set up.
And here's the thing. They should get their app in also.
Well, that you want to get your app in because I don't know what rate I can get. I don't know what your target is unless I have data.
Pre-election, it only took about 5-6 weeks for rates to kind of float down to 5.99%.
Yes.
And then the Fed shot that in the foot.
Yes, it did.
But so if we just get some good inflation data, which means no inflation,
we need low inflation
data and not the Fed cutting. And actually they're supposed to hold on. They meet in a couple of weeks and they're supposed to not change anything.
Do anything right now.
And so when they do that, hopefully the bond market will react favorably and that will bring the rates down. Because I think we get low sixes. That's a gift right now.
Oh, for sure it is. For sure it is. However, but a lot of folks need rates to be in the fives in order to make it beneficial for them to refinance. But they're getting convinced to do it by other lenders. And I'm telling you, you're going to continue to add on to your principal and it might eliminate you from refinancing when they do actually hit that target rate. Now, for those of you that I'm talking to on a day-to-day basis that have gotten in over your head by spending money, your car loans are out of control, your credit cards are out of control, you're drowning in debt, but you're sitting on a pile of equity. But here's the scenario. Bruce, I don't know what to do. I got all this extra debt, but I don't want to refinance my 3.5% 30-year fixed rate. It'll never come back again. No, it won't. But I'm talking to a gentleman right now, and he's got a $200,000 mortgage. He needs to put $150,000 consolidation. I'm like, dude, you got a 3.5% $200,000 loan, but now you're looking at a 13% second mortgage to consolidate this debt. Your blended rate still
rate,
9%.
Yeah, the blended rate is what you look
Your
at.
blended rate's
Word
9%.
of the day, blended
so
rate.
he can't get over it, but I literally could save him $1,500 a month in expenses
and then
by
just make the
refinancing
same
it.
payment. That house is paid off in what, 10 to 12 years?
Yes,
Yep.
if you made the same payment. That's right. So listen,
good.
if you want advice that's going to lead you in the right direction, somebody that's not going to try to talk you into a loan application just to close one more deal, then you're talking to the right guy. I will discourage you from doing things that will not benefit you. I promise you. People look at me and they go, "What do you mean? You're talking me out of doing a loan with you right now?" Yes, because it's not right for you right now. Let's put you in a right position. 407-250-9144. Write that number down, folks. 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. Cleve and I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Radio Show.